Welcome to Low Key PD. In this video, we're going to explore how to add section structure to your Google Forms. So basically what a section is on a Google form is it defines a chunk of the form. And now maybe the form is very long and you want to make sure that people responding to it understand that each part is very short, or you want to be able to guide the motion or the flow of the form based on responses to other questions. If you go back to this little insert menu on the side, it's the very last one. If you hover over it, it says Add Section. Click on that, and a new section is created in your form. You can give this section a title. I'm just going to call this Section 2. You can format the title. You can add a description for that section as well. I'm going to add another one, Section 3. And I'm going to go up to this preview button so you can see how that navigation is affected. This is the first section. It's the section that has the original form title and description on it. And I only have one option. Right, I can click on Next, and now I'm at the next section. Any elements, questions, videos, whatever that I have in Section 2 would be displayed here. But because it is a section of the form, I can either go back a section or forward a section. If I go forward a section, now I'm at Section 3, and it is the last section of the form. So instead of being able to go forward, since there is no section after this, the forward button is replaced with a submit button. So when users are at the very last section of the form, they will have the opportunity to submit that form. If you go back to the original form where you can edit it, look at the little snowman menu and you'll have some options. You can duplicate a section. So let's say you don't want to keep typing in the section title even though it's just a little bit different every time. You can just duplicate it. You can move the section to a different part of the quiz. You can delete the section, or you have the option to merge this section with the section above it and pretty much therefore keep the content of the form but not really the section title and description. It just sort of gets merged in with the one ahead of it. Now, you can even, in the form editing process, determine what you want to have happen when a user is done with that section. The default is just to continue to the next section, or you can even define it to go to a specific section of the form. Maybe you want to skip a section. Maybe the question asked for certain information and they don't have to go on to Section 2, based on how they responded to a question in Section 1, and you don't want them to have to go to Section 2, so you just skip them ahead to Section 3. Or you can tell them to just submit the form when it's done. So dividing up a form into sections gives you a lot of control over how users will flow through this form, going from section to section, what information they're going to be asked to provide. And it really gives you a lot more control over the user's experience with your forms.